the Andes, the longest chain of mountains on the planet, and still growing. It lies along the edge of South America, like an immense dragon. On its back, savage spines. At its head, fire. It is forged by pieces of the Earth's crust crashing together, opening volcanoes, pushing up and creating different and unexpected worlds. The mountains hide extraordinary life. Unique. Bizarre. And surprising. It is life, thriving at the extreme. Hidden eyes of the dragon's back. If the Andes is like a dragon, this is the tip of the dragon's tail, 5,000 miles from its head. At South America's southernmost point, the mountains seem to fall into the Antarctic Ocean. Snow becomes glaciers which break off as icebergs. Cape Horn and the world's roughest stretch of sea. For the animals that live here, this is just the way the world is. They cope. In fact, they thrive. When penguins seek shelter and some peace, there are hundreds of islands here with glassy fjords and deep channels. Above them, the Andes. Starting from the tip of Chile and going up the coast, there are 1,000 miles of almost vertical forest. It's untouched, the least explored place on Earth. The penguins explore a bit, though. They land where the mountains meet the water and start climbing. They're not mountaineering for the challenge of it. They're looking for a safe place to nest. All penguins have to lay eggs on solid ground. It's just that the only land for these Magellanic penguins is almost straight up and down. Most of the time, they're at sea fishing for sardines or anchovies. Once a year, they return home to the Andes. The penguins, who mate for life, find a safe shelter or dig a burrow. The female lays and the two of them take turns sitting and fishing. It's an arduous life, hunting in storms and climbing mountains, but it's undisturbed. There's nobody here for hundreds of square miles. These forests are barely known to science, only sketchily studied. It's a strange assortment with everything seeming slightly askew. This, for instance, might look like a rat, but it's an opossum, a marsupial with a baby-carrying pouch. Salty chains in South America was a flat island, and the main land animals were dinosaurs. Opossums are far older than the Andes themselves. This might look like somebody's tabby cat. It's not. It's half the size. It's a cod, the smallest wildcat. No one knows much about it except that, like a bird, it builds its nest high in the trees. That its kittens live up there as if they were birds. Nobody even knew it existed until scientists came here. It's the most secret animal found yet in a land full of secrets. What's weird here is the scale of things. This is the world's smallest deer emerging from under a rhubarb leaf. It's a poodoo, 12 inches tall at the shoulder. A land of little animals, outsized plants, and right through the middle of it all, a monstrous glacier grinding through the forest. On the glacier's edges, wild fuchsia is visited by fire-crowned hummingbirds. Nowhere else in the world are hummingbirds and glaciers next to each other.